All right, shalom, shalom. Shabbat shalom, actually. Shabbat shalom. See people coming on here. If anybody's on, please give me a word that you can hear me. All right, Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne, I'm going to call you after this. Dwayne, call me if I forget to call you, okay, after this. Jordan Salami, okay, good. Okay. Because I need to hear about your story, Dwayne. I heard a little bit from Brother Ball, our brother. Okay, 10-4, okay. All right. Well, you guys, if you guys are following Pastor Dow on the Pastor Dow, you heard a little bit about it, but guys, I tell you, I wasn't a big fan of when I was in. People always have these what they call these conspiracy theories. Well, I can honestly say that this is not a conspiracy theory. The Wisconsin Brown County Court literally practiced extortion. I saw it with my own eyes. Literally. There was attorneys, there were reporters that saw it. They didn't know what they saw. So let me give you the breakdown of what happened, okay? And then I'm going to read some stuff to you guys because this is blowing me away. So let me read something to you. Here's guys, these people get mad at you for not doing things their way, right? But then they don't tell you how to do it. They keep saying, oh, we don't give legal advice. We don't give legal advice. We don't give legal advice. But then when you go learn something, then they tell you, well, where are you getting this from? Well, we educating ourselves. We educate ourselves. You say it's up to us to figure out what's going on. And then when we do it, you say we're wrong. But let me read something to you. This is out of the Wisconsin Constitution. The Wisconsin Constitution. I just found out it doesn't mean a damn thing in the Brown County Court in Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin. So let me read to you what they said. In Article 1, Section 1 in the Wisconsin Constitution, it says, all people are born equally free and independent and have certain inherent rights. So just by the sheer fact that they were born, just the fact that they were born, they have inherent rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights, listen to this. So they have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And to secure these rights. So the Constitution doesn't give you rights, it secures it. How? It says to secure these rights, governments are instituted. The government purpose of government is to secure the rights of the people, not to give, to secure the rights of the people, deriving their just power from the consent. Here, listen to that key word, consent. They derive their just power from the consent of the governed. So pretty much what it's saying is that for the people, for the public service, people who makes an oath and latch themselves to this Constitution, to govern the people, they need to have the consent of the people. Well, guys, I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes. Literally, I saw how the Wisconsin Brown County get consent. They do not get your consent through a free, through the free exercise or free consent. They literally do it by force. They will put you, and wait until my next KGB show. I'm going to show you guys an illustration of all this stuff. But they will literally throw you in jail, put you into captivity, intimidate you, do everything in their power to get something out of you, to give up your rights. Look at this. So now let me give you the backdrop. So you have to remember, I believe in July, when the incident happened in December of, I think 17th. I think it was 17th, but in 2019, during the Christmas pageant deal at Providence Academy, Ryan and them obviously got arrested. They were put in the county jail. I went to go bail them out. I spent a little bit over $2,000. I think a little bit over $1,000 for each of those guys. I don't even know how much it came out to be. So They both, and the bond says this. All I had to do was give my ID, give cash. I gave cash. I had to go around finding cash. I had to get some money out of the ATM, 300 here. I went to another ATM, got another 300 before it expired. And then I came home, got some more money, and was able to put some money together to give them cash. It was less before, and then they upped it up more. They start adding more charges. So I said, okay. And then it says to get your bond back, you have to make sure that these guys show up to court on the 17th, well, the 7th, okay, January 7th. Okay. So they now show up on the 7th, put some paperwork in. Ryan shows up. They try to force him to sign the bond, the signature bond. He said he denied service, and they literally kicked him out, told him to get out. They didn't know what to do. Jordan comes up, same thing. They told him, and they didn't even give him a chance. They just kicked him out. All right. So now we're kicked out. It's like, okay, they kicked us out. We showed up. It's not like we have a lot of free times on our hands. I mean, these men work. These men actually work. They work for, they make a living working. And now they just stop their whole busy day, come in here to deal with this complaint. And then they throw them out. And then they put in, then they supposedly sent a letter out and wanted Ryan to show up that Friday. So I think it was a Monday. If it wasn't a Monday, it was a Tuesday. They wanted him to show up that Friday. But he was a no-show because we never got any type of notice, no type of notice that he was supposed to be there. So he was a no-show. So the commissioner, what's her name? Commissioner Shemek. Oh, no, that's a reporter. I can't think of this. Who is this commissioner? Anyway, it doesn't even matter who the commissioner is. Your Vote. Okay, Cynthia Vopal. That's Vopal. Look her up on the Brown County Court. Cynthia, I think, CVOPAL. And they have these numbers, 2906. I don't know what these numbers mean. So anyway, kicks them out. So now they don't show up he doesn't show up on Friday because he's confused. He hears through the grapevine that they have another court date, which was today, today's Friday. Today, still haven't been served, has not been served. So anyway, we still show up in good faith because there was a knowing. So we show up, and you see all these people going before you. They ask you, hey, did you sign this? This is what they were asked questions. Did you sign? Did anybody promise you anything? Did you feel forced to sign it? Were there any type of threats? Did you get any? No, they all said nope. Yeah, and you understand that you are waiving your rights. Everybody said yes. I guess they wanted to show us again how things work around here. Okay, at least we know that they can't get things out of force. I mean, it looked like they're not going to get nothing out of you because you out of coercion or force you or promise you anything or anything like this. There's going to be your free consent. Okay, so now, so we're there. Ryan gets in. He does his usual thing, and all of a sudden you have deputies around. You guys see it on film. I put it on my Facebook. Go to my Facebook. You'll see what happened. It lasted less than a minute, and they already putting handcuffs on him. He's trying to get an understanding. What is it that you want me to sign? He wants to understand what does he give him. They gave him no time. They said, if you want to be free, you can even hear it on the video. When he signs it, they will let him go. So he came in here, and there's already a bond by the way. He already has a cash bond. Now they want a signature bond. So now they take an innocent man, lock him up to get him to sign another bond, even though he has a bond out already. He already has a bond. He did what he was told to do. He even showed up when there was not even any type of notice. He showed up. And so what danger? He's not gone to the church. He hasn't done anything to cause any type of danger. He even shows up without any type of... And so now we have a problem here. He already has a bond, and now they want him to sign another bond, but he didn't want to sign it because he wanted to understand. It's not like he was actually coming in willing to sign it, but he wanted to understand the terms and conditions of him signing it. They didn't even give him a chance there. They said there's nothing to talk about. Unless you sign it, we're going to lock you. They literally put him in cuffs. They put him in cuffs. They put his chains in cuffs. He literally experienced what it was like to be a slave. An innocent man got put in jail until he gave his signature to sign this thing away. Some of the things he was signing away is no contact with the church, no possession of weapon. He had to, they put in here, you have to sign that you are in person, that you are a defendant. They said he's a defendant. I mean, everything that he just told them, they let him wipe it all away by forcing him to sign something that went against everything that he notified them that he wasn't. Because they can't control him as a man, man. So they sat here and said, we don't give a damn who you think you are. You can come here in the status of man, but at the end of the day, we're going to tell you who you are, and we're going to make you sign it. If you don't sign, we're going to lock you up. Literally under threat, communication of threat, he had to sign this stuff. And so it made him a defendant. It made him all this stuff. So guess what, guys? This lawsuit here, because everybody saw it on TV. Everybody saw it on the news. If you guys haven't seen, please, somebody download that video so for evidence. I hope, David, if you're listening to this, please download that video so that we can show what's going on here. And so this is what's happening. So then we had to go all the way to the county jail, and I had to kind of get word to him somehow, say, just sign it. And he was supposed to sign it a certain way just to make sure he's not giving up his rights. They refused that too. They said, you cannot reserve any right. If you want your freedom, you got to sign it the way it got rejected. He had to sign it the way they wanted him to sign it. This is happening in America. This reminds me when I went to Nigeria. When I went to Nigeria, I remember saying that, man, these people are corrupt. Man, I mean, they're just openly corrupt. But now, just like when I was, I don't want to go in there, but this country is corrupt, but it's covertly corrupt. I mean, I think you can see it. So guys, this is not no theory. This is not like a conspiracy theory. Brown County here in Green Bay, small Green Bay, nice people, they smile at you, they're corrupt. They will literally get you to force you to sign your rights away. They can literally, guys, they can go up to any of your house right now and take you in. Literally, they're letting you know that you're not the people. The servants, the people that supposedly call themselves public servants, they're not public servants. They see themselves as your ruler. They see yourself as they're the king. They're the queens. They can do whatever they want with you. And you are nothing but a number. You're nothing but a title that they create, and they can do whatever they want. But we're going to sue them for what they did, because what she did, she messed up again. We talked to one lady, she came out, she says she really messed up. Reporter scratching his head saying, like, I just never seen anything like this. Once again, it's one of these again. It's a head scratcher. It's not like, wait a minute. They're wondering, like, how can did she mess up again? Okay, last time and then now, this is what's called, there's confusion right now going on. Let me read something to you. I want to read to you guys about statutes, because this is all about statutes. But let me read. You can look at Wikipedia, something real simple. But look what it says. It says a statute is a formal written enactment of a legislative authority that governs the legal entities of the city, state, and county by way of consent. Listen, guys, consent. It says typically statute commands and prohibits something and declare policy. Statutes are rules made by the legislative bodies. They are distinguished from case laws or precedent, which is decided by courts, and regulations issued by government agency. I said, okay, consent, but by the way of consent. So statutes are legal, is legislative authority that governs the legal entities. Look what they govern. They don't govern man. They govern entities that they create, like defendant, respondent. These are the type of stuff they're doing. But they need your consent. I just read in the contract, they need your consent. Now look at this. Let me read something to you right here. I'm trying to get through here because I don't know, this thing is printed. Okay, consent. So look at Wikipedia. Just look at Wikipedia. When you see the word consent, hit that, and they're going to show you consent. Let me read you what consent says. Consent occurs when one person voluntarily agrees to the proposal of our desires of another. It is a term of common speech with specific definitions as used in such fields as the law, medicine, research, and sexual relationships. Look what it says. Types of consent includes implied consent, express consent, informed consent, unanimous consent. See, all of these, you're looking at these consent. He didn't have an informed consent. He was not informed. That's what he was trying to get understanding. They said, no, we don't have time. Sign it. But he had questions. He doesn't speak legalese. He's an idiot to this court. He's trying to understand. And you want him to sign something without being informed. He's not informed. He's uninformed. Informed consent, unanimous consent. They must have had a unanimous consent that, hey, we're just going to come in here and we're going to force him and bully him. That's what it is. Implied consent. So I clicked in implied consent. I said, what is implied consent? Let me look at implied consent. Let me see here. Hold on. Unanimous consent. It's right here. So here's what implied consent means. So implied, it says, typically, this is what they do. Types of consent includes implied consent, express consent, okay, hold on. I just read that already. Hold on. Types of consent. I'm trying to find this. Okay, right here. Implied consent. Implied consent is a consent that infers from a person's actions and the facts of circumstance of a particular situations, in some case by person's silence or inactions. So when you don't say nothing, when they're saying things about you and you don't object or you don't disagree or you don't say, no, that's not me, this is who I am. If you don't disagree, that is considered implied consent. When they say turn around and you do all this stuff and you just do it, it's implied consent. You're consenting. So some examples include ambiguous soliciting or initiating sexual activities or implied consent to physical contact by participant in a hockey game or being assaulted or in a boxing match. I think they even said that the type of consent that's not acceptable is implied consent when it comes to sex. But anyway, right here. I don't know why I'm reading all this stuff. Okay, let me see here. It says right here, there is no United States, there's no U.S. states that allow implied consent as an excuse for rape in a court of law. But today, they allow the extortion. They allow you to be put into captivity. They accept that type of implied consent that you're gonna sign. So guys, we're gonna take this to court. This is crazy, guys. I'm literally blown away when I see what I saw today. To literally see this man they literally overextended their jurisdiction. They went over their jurisdiction and caused harm to our brother Ryan and end up putting him into captivity to force him to, he could be locked up until he would not been able to get free until he gave his signature. So we was able to get word, just sign it. We'll take care of this stuff. He's out. He's back home. He's here for the Shabbat. So it's not a big deal. But they were able to extort his signature, his consent through communication of threat. This is what's happening. And so it reminds me when I think of 1 Corinthians. When you think of 1 Corinthians, what it talks about, let me read this here. It says in 1 Corinthians 6. It says here, it says that flee from, it says, where does it says right here? Hold on here. It says right here, it says, no. He says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall inherit the kingdom of God? But be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor adulterers, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves, of mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners, what shall inherit the kingdom of God. So guys, we are living in a world that they don't respect your rights. And here's why. So guys, what do we learn here? This is what we're learning. Until you stand up for the rights that were inherently given to you by the Most High, until you're willing to stand up and not live in fear, because Yah does not give us a spirit of fear. They can put you in jail. Then they'll put you right back out. But at least you can now test the system to show them how wicked they are. Because right now, the reason why it's so unusual in Green Bay to see what they saw today is because most people do not stand for anything. They literally willingly give their rights away for no reason. But here's the problem. They're dealing with an innocent man. I don't know about all the people that's gone through that courtroom. I bet you there's been some innocent people who got an attorney and gave their rights away. But they're dealing with an innocent man. They put an innocent man into captivity and forced him to sign his name so that he can be released. That's the only reason why he signed it, so he can be free. I was hearing somebody was telling me too. He says, well, Kabir, he didn't have to sign it. He didn't have to sign it. What are you talking about? He came in as an innocent man, a free man, came to a hearing that he didn't even get any type of notice or any type of service. He showed up in good confidence before his trial date, showed up, and because they need his signature before he can stand before the judge, they need his consent before the judge can step in. He was dealing with a commissioner, and so they said that he didn't have to do that. So I said, are you freaking kidding me? Are you telling me that he didn't have to sign it? Well, but he wanted to go home. The night before he slept here. Now he's over here. He's thinking he's going to just take care of some business and go back to work, go back home. And he says, well, that's his choice, what he wants to do. He doesn't have to sign it. So they in their mind, they look at it as there's nothing wrong with what they did. They could take away. So what it says, we have an inherent right to what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How in the hell can he have a pursuit of happiness in the county jail? How can he have liberty in the county jail? How can he have free? How can he be free in the county jail? So you just took away his freedom. You took away his liberty. You took away his pursuit of happiness to get his signature. And then once he gave you his consent by force, then you gave him back his supposed right. See, you see what's going on? Guys, I'm telling you, it's a wicked situation. So, but guys, be encouraged. This is, we get to learn. We are learning something because I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for Ron Young, if it wasn't for this whole situation, my ex-wife, we probably would have never experienced this stuff. So we're going to take advantage of it. We're going to use this opportunity to learn from it. And we're going to continue to and share it with you all. And because maybe y'all thought we was fit for us to be the one to be testing this. But guys, these guys did nothing wrong. They haven't hurt anyone. I mean, literally, he was talking about being on a bus ride. He was like, wow, he was in a bus ride. They separate him and the woman. And then they had some other people who were in orange suits and everything. So it's like a field trip. He literally went on a mission work. I guess you can call it mission. He went on a mission trip. He literally went on a mission trip. It lasted like maybe 2 or 3 hours. You know, he got to see behind the bars, got to see people, see how they get treated, and now he's back out again. And he doesn't have to. His court date is not until July 27th, I believe. January 27th. And listen to what Jordan said. I mean, not Jordan, but Ryan. You know what he said? He said that. He said that something about what did he say? He was saying something about I can't think of it. He said something about it was very telling of this. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, P1 to P1 to P4. I'm gonna see if I can remember this quote here. Hold on here. Let me see if I can get this. P1 to P4. Hey, what did you say that they told you that you was telling me that quote that something that they were telling you in the back room when they confiscated you? Are you there?
I don't remember it.
Remember you said something about the oh man, it was good. Do you remember?
If you left the system, then it'll come back to
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, he said.
That's pretty much the
Yeah, okay, this is it. I got it. Okay, this is what he says. So one of the deputy told brother Ryan, he says, if you keep effing with the system will F you. That's pretty much that's what they implied. So listen to this. It's not even about what's right or wrong. It's about the system. I mean, he literally said it. You're effing with the system. And if you F with the system is going to F you. That's what they said. It's not about, hey, you're right, you're innocent, you're just standing on your right. These are public servants, people who took an oath to uphold, support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of Wisconsin, and this state. And they say that when you F with the system, what system talking about? The legal system. Everything revolves around this system. It's a society called the legal society. And they speak their own language called Legalese. And they want you to get their interpreter to represent you so they can speak their language and that you don't even understand what's going on while they're administrating your body, your property, anything. They're just administrating stuff and you think they're talking regular English, but the whole time they're literally taking away your rights and you don't even know it. They're literally diminishing your God-given rights, but they want you to get an attorney. The judicial system has been monopolized by the legal system, the legal society. And that's what we're dealing with right now. They don't like when people come in there and try to even though you have a right to present yourself, even though you have a right, they don't want you coming in there. They want you to follow their rules. Let me give you an example so I can give. It's kind of like, can you imagine if you're just going about your day and then all of a sudden the KKK pulls you into their room, and then they all of a sudden start judging you according to their rules. They may have like their own little rules that they do or whatever. I'm like, bro, I don't know anything about your rules. I don't know anything about your tradition. I don't know anything about your worship, your practice, your rituals. I know nothing about it. But you're going to be judged guilty or not guilty or plead no contest according to their rules. And you know nothing about their rules. We're not part of the legal society. We're not part of the KKK. We're not part of the Boy Scout. Now, if you want to pull me in and judge me according to the things that they do at Straightway, that's totally different because that's something that I gave my consent to be a part of that club, if you want to call it a club or tribe. I know that world. But we never signed up for the legal society. We never made an oath. We never signed up for the Boy Scouts or the KKK or whatever. And that's what's literally, these what statutes are. Statutes is a society, is the legal society. They come up with these things and then they just put it on the people. But the people have to give their consent to say, I want to be adjudicated according to your rules. But you have a right to common law. This is where common law comes. You have a right to be judged according to common law by your peers. A trial by jury and a jury by your peers. So guys, start looking into that, guys. Educate yourself about common law, L-O-R-E, law, but L-O-R-E. We're part of that society, the Lord Society, where it's based off of what's common to the people. So anyway, I just want to give you guys a report. It was crazy, but we got him out. All he had to do was give his signature, but he had to do it by force. And now he's out, and we will see on January 27th, but we're going to be game planning and figure out what to do. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a head up. It took me a little bit long to figure out what happened. I'm trying to talk to the media, trying to figure out what did you guys see. I try to talk to a guy that's in the legal world, kind of trying to talk to him, trying to just figure out, talking to the sheriff deputy, trying to figure out what is going on. And it's really hard. I can tell you this much. It's very new, but we're learning as we continue to see what we can and cannot do and what works, what doesn't work. And sometimes when you ride and learn how to ride a bike, guess what? You're going to fall down. You're going to scrape your knees, and you just get back up and you keep on riding. And the more you keep sticking with it, the more you keep riding, you're going to figure out how to stay balanced. And that's what we're doing, guys. This is a lifestyle. This is not something that you just kind of bada bing, bada bing. This is something that we've been studying. We continue to study because we're in it. We need to know what we need to know. And the learning curve is steep. And I would prefer to learn it without all the pressure. But hey, sometimes with the pressure on, it gives you a reason to stay up late at night, to burn that midnight oil and try to figure out what the heck you need to do and what you shouldn't do and not do. And that's what we're doing. So anyway, guys, thank you for your prayers. Brother Ryan is okay. He's doing well. And now the next at bat is Brother Jordan. He's up at bat, and I think he's up before Ryan. So he'll be up, and now he got to see kind of how they're going to handle the possibility. So once again, we get to get a test to see what they're doing. So we'll keep on going from there. All right, guys, I love you. And I know that, guys, check out Blog Talk Radio at 7 o'clock Central Time. Pastor Dow is usually there. I think he's going to be doing Blog Talk Radio because I just talked to him, and I know he just did a video. So, all right, enjoy your guys' self. Shabbat Shalom.